What is going on, guys? It is Snorlaxus here. Back after, it's been, I think, a couple of week little hiatus here. So essentially what's been going on is I've been working a lot because we've been really short-staffed at work, and then school is wrapping up for me. I've got finals coming up this next week. So it's been very busy with final papers and projects and just generally trying to make sure that everything stays in order there. So yeah, so it's been a little while since I've been able to record anything or do very much league stuff, so I'm behind a couple of leagues, and I'm way behind on recording here. So we have our week 5 battle against our good pal Connor here. Cress is mean, which I would agree with that. Cress is very mean. Good thing he doesn't have it. But so if you didn't notice, well, one obviously the only other battle I have for PSBC uploaded right now is week 1, so we're in week 5. But as I mentioned in the draft recap, if you watched it, we redraft every 4 weeks, and it's a 12-week season. So this is the first week of our new teams. So I have Gliscor, Darmanitan, Mega Mawile, Weavile, Milotic, and then I brought Oricorio to this match as well. I'll go over kind of the full team real quickly at the end of this one. But what I'm planning on doing here is I'm going to record this battle, obviously, because it's going on live. And then I'm going to try and just do a quick little run through of weeks 2 through 4 as well in this video, so I don't have to make an individual video for all of them, since obviously, like I said, I'm in finals, so I'm pretty busy. Hopefully, with my finals actually not being too bad, it's more of the final projects and papers that were taking more of my time. This should be the last delayed recordings for a long time, because then once I get in summer, all I got going on is work, so I should have plenty of time for recording and stuff. So, looking at his team here, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of matchup against him, specifically Primarina really puts in work on my team, even on the stuff I didn't bring, which I guess I'll actually show that real quick. Here, so obviously I'm San Diego Snorlax there. I can't remember if you see my cursor now. I'm using a new upload, a new way to record again, just because my old one went kaput. So I have Latios, Gliscor, Jolteon, Darmanitan, Toxicroak, Licky Licky, Mega Mawile, Weavile, Milotic, Gourgeist, and Oricorio. Obviously Gourgeist, Licky Licky, and probably would be my 2 best defensive options against it. Offensive, probably Jolteon and Toxicroak. But just against the rest of his team, it really did not work out well for me to bring any of them. So as much as I wanted to wall the Primarina, and maybe I should have, we'll see how this match goes, it just did not work out well to bring that. So just looking at what he did end up bringing, I don't know what he might want to lead with at all. I'm guessing either I'm going to go for either Landorus or potentially Steelix just to get rocks up. Regardless, I think my safest bet is I'm just going to start out with my Melodic here and see what he goes for. Yeah, so there's the Landorus. Well, if only I had brought competitive. I really did think about bringing competitive Melodic, just because he has the Landorus T, obviously, and that would be huge to get that boost off, but it was way too important for me with the Mega Lopunny in the Landorus, and he had one other Mimikyu, and he had one other really good physical threat. It was just way too important to me. Well, that's good damage that he's got against me, because I have Flame Orb. So, yep, there's the Primarina. I'm just going to fire off that Toxic real quick on him. So that's pretty dang huge. I am very happy with that, because putting this Primarina on a timer is really going to help me out. Because as I'm sure you can kind of tell here, now that the Primarina is in, I'm not really sure where to go from here as far as, I guess. My Milotic is my best defensive for like water moves, but if he goes for like a fairy type move or a grass type move or something here, he could probably do major damage to me. Which, I mean, this is going to be kind of unprofessional. I just got home from a kind of a late night of some school stuff here, so I was not very well set up here. I'm going to pull up a damage calc here. Just see with my Milotic set how much I'm going to be taking roughly. I was going to also say Milotic, Aquafina versus Primarina. Let's say worst case scenario, he's choice specs. So if he's choice specs, he's going to be doing 43 to 51. That's actually not bad. I can obviously live one. My choice here, though, is I'm trying to decide if he's Specs, which I could see specs are like assault vest against my team. That'd be obviously a huge issue. I'm even more worried about him being Scarf potentially, because if he's Scarf, he'll be doing a little less damage when he's outspeed, so he, along with burn damage, he could probably get a 2-hit KO. So I'm going to go for a recover just to kind of test the waters here. So he does outspeed me. He gets a 49.9. So that shows modest choice specs damage, but he outsped me. So is he just fast modest specs? Because if he, let's see, if he's modest Scarf, supposedly, according to my damage calc, he would not be able to hit that because he'd be doing about 35 max. So he's specs, but he's fast specs. Regardless, I think he's either specs or Scarf, even if my calc is wrong. But regardless, so he's going for that Moonblast there. I really don't have a great switch in. My switch-ins to a Moonblast or Darmanitan or Mega Mawile, both of which I don't want taking any damage because they're obviously my very offensive options. Obviously, I think he kind of knows. I mean, he got the special attack drop, which is nice, but he knows he can't just sit in here on me because he'll just get worn out by Toxic. So I can see him going for one more just to try and fish for a crit or another spot drop. But then I'd say he's probably going to switch out into, I'd say, probably the Rotom Mow. So the question is, do we want to try and break that right now by going into something like Darmanitan? I think health on Darmanitan isn't as important as it is on Mega Mawile since I'm Scarf. I'll be doing a lot of damage myself anyway later on with Flare Blitz, which I mean I might want to preserve my health for that, but I really need this my Lolly healthy as well, just for the sake of, like I said, he's got a Megalopony and the Landorus, which are huge physical threats. I got the Haze on there for if he's trying to set up with either the Landorus or the Mimikyu. Obviously, I got the Toxic going on. I'm gonna make the switch out here. Yep. All right, there's a Rotom. So I'm very happy with that switch. Here, I guess, is where things get a little interesting again. So even if he's Scarf, I have enough speed to outspeed him. So I could just go for the Flare Blitz here, and if he's not fast for some, like if for some reason he was fast, which I really don't expect at all, he'd be going down. So if he's willing to stack his Romo here, he get a free switch into like the Premier again, lock himself into a water move, which I do have a little bit of better switch into with that my Logos. I don't think he would do that. So I mean, obviously, I think his best switching would probably be the Landorus as far as getting the Intimidate off. So I'm tempted to go for the U-turn just to get out into something like my Weavile, but without knowing yet exactly what that item was in that Landorus. It was very offensive. Or actually, I still don't know that, yeah, because it does. I can't really do the calc very well for pre-Flame Orb, my like. I think I'm just gonna go for the Flare Blitz. I want to see what type of damage I can do to him. Yeah, so there's that Landorus. Flame Orb off. Flare Blitz does a lot of damage. Okay, that's great. So at this point, obviously with the recoil, I did damage myself, but he doesn't know. I guess he's probably gonna have to do a calc here potentially to see if he thinks I'm banded or scarfed or life orb or anything like that, because all of the above wouldn't show because of sheer force. So the only way he'd be able to tell is if the damage roll I just got was within his range for calcing like what I am exact item wise. Which I'm gonna guess it was still a pretty decently high roll, just considering that my attack got dropped. I'm gonna go for the second Flare Blitz there. Take out that Landorus. That's pretty huge there, actually, just because I think obviously now he has a pretty free switch in right back into that Primarina. Or potentially, I could see him going into Steelix here, just because I think he'd still take less than half with Steelix. Unless he fears like Band or Life Orb, maybe. I think he'd get like something like Rocks Up. Ooh, goes into Mimikyu. That's pretty huge, actually, as I don't think I can switch out now just because he starts to set up on me. So I'm going to break that disguise here. Heals right for the Shadow Claw. Okay, so he is Life Orb. He doesn't want me to get off a Flare Blitz on him, I wouldn't expect. I'm sure he has Shadow Sneak. If he's Life Orb, because if he's Life Orb, he's not Z-Move, obviously. So I'm going to guess he's like Swords Dance. Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, Shadow Claw. I think that would hit pretty much my entire team. So he's going to go for a Shadow Sneak here, in which case just in case he tried to play me, I wouldn't want to go into my Weavile yet, just in case he went for like a Drain Punch or a Play Rough. But I'm fairly certain he's got to have that. He's going to have that. What's it called? That Shadow Sneak going off right now. See, with what he has left, I think probably going into... I'm going to go ahead and go into my Gliscor here, predicting that Shadow Sneak. Oh, he pulls the double on me. Not the double, but just the switch. I think he's, like I said, I think he's locked in. I'm going to go for just a protect and see what he goes for. I'm sure he's going to go for a Water and Ice move, just knowing that there's a chance, but he might go for the Moonblast. Yeah, so there's the Moonblast. Hmm. Is this worth it for my team? Let's say now we're going back in here. We got my Gliscor up. Nightwing set. Moonblast will do, it should do around half again. If I were to fire off an Earthquake plus toxic damage just turn and then protecting the toxic, I think I can knock him out. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. Moonblast. He does over half, so I'm still trying to figure out what his item is exactly. I'll have to ask him after the game because my calc is he? Oh wait, I gotta check that calc. Yeah, so this max special attack, modest choice specs. Oh, I still had it on Scarf for. I was checking Scarf earlier. Yeah, so Moonblast is like 60 to 70, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so he was definitely specs, which is great for me to get him on out of here, just because I did not want to deal with that nonsense. I'm gonna go for a Roost here. Is he probably gonna set up rocks? I'm thinking. Nope, there's the Ice Fang. Got the crit. Okay, that's not okay. I'm gonna protect into Rotom. I don't know what he's gonna go for. I'm just gonna go for another protect because he's just gonna have to let me keep on doing stuff here to him. Z move. Z Bloom Doom. Does that kill? Ooh, no, it didn't. Okay. That's pretty huge here. I'm gonna save my Nightwing here for later. He's gonna go for either a grass move or electric move here. Obviously, he doesn't have a choice, probably. So he's got Leaf Storm, I'm assuming he's the Bloom Doom. I don't know what else he would run. I'm gonna say he probably has Volt Switch. Good chance he has Thunderbolt. Last move, either Pain Split or Will-O-Wisp or Toxic or something of the sorts. I can't Roost here. Just because the fact that I'd lose my flying typing. If he's slower than me, I would die to Leaf Storm if he goes for it. Could have Hidden Power Ice, I suppose, too. Like, just as a double threat there. And maybe he has assumed I'd protect there, trying to do damage. That did very little though through my protect, so I wonder what his set is exactly. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to protect an electric move here. I don't think. I'm going to go into my Oricorio. There's the hidden power is ice. Okay, so he does have hidden power ice. I have 222 speed. I'm going to go for Roost. Yep, there's the Steelix. Okay, so Steelix comes in. The Ice Fang earlier did a whole lot of damage. So I'm going to say there's a good chance that he's offensive in some fashion, unless, that was like I said, that was a crit, and maybe just because it's super effective it did that much. I don't really want to calc that one because there's so many different variants he could be yet. I don't know anything about item or EVs or IVs. I have no clue. Steelix can be so many different things. What can he go for on me? Obviously, he has the Ice Fang, obviously. So he could be like Sheer Force, Ice Fang, Life Orb. Which is, he would probably go for that. I'm going to go in case he is Stealth Rocks, I'm going to go into my Darmanitan and sack it. So there's the Iron Head. Okay, so he's definitely offensive in some variant, I think. Otherwise, he would have probably gone for Rocks there. So I'm going to sack off that Darmanitan, which kind of sucks. Like I say, I mean, it was my Scarfer, so it would have outsped like Lopunny and stuff. But because I'm unsure what that Mimikyu is still, if he had Shadow Sneak, it would have killed me. Any hit on Steelix wouldn't have killed and would have taken me out of Flame or Flare Blitz. Rotom is the only thing that really would really help me out, or Lopunny if it doesn't have any sort of priority like Fake Out or Quick Attack or anything. I think Melodic is pretty safe to come in here. I'm fairly certain he's going to switch out again, obviously. So I'm going to fire off another Toxic. I'm going to predict here. There's the Mimikyu. Okay. I'm going to fire up a Recover here. Just I'm at full health. So he fires off the Swords Dance. Let's see. So I know the Steelix has the Ice Fang. I know the Rotom has Himpower Ice. This thing would kill my Gliscor regardless, and Mega Lopunny probably has Ice Punch. Just for the sake of keeping my Lodic healthy for Steelix and Mega Lopunny, I'm going to sack the Gliscor here. Shadow Claw, yep, around dead. So Life Orb plus Toxic, he goes way low. I was running faster Recordio. This would be helpful here if I'm running bulky set. So he's 320 max speed, so I'll speed him with Weavile for sure. And if he has Shadow Sneak, he'll do a whole lot of damage to me, which is unfortunate. And then you know what? I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna go into my Weavile. He's gonna so there's a good chance here he's just gonna let it go down, but in case he doesn't, his two switch-ins really are Steelix, which I'm kind of expecting, or the Mega Lopunny, depending on what move he's expecting. I want to go for the Poison Jab, but because I'm choice banded here, I can't just know what the Steelix is probably gonna come in. So I'm gonna go for that knockoff. It will kill the Mimikyu. Yep, there's the Steelix. Knockoff, that does a lot of damage. Yep, so there's the Life Orb. So he was offensive. And I'm just gonna go right out into my Milotic here. Earthquake still has a lot of damage, honestly, for me being as defensive of a mon as I am. But he stays in here. Oh, he goes Rotom. Shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. That was a dumb move on my part. I'm going into Oricorio. Oricorio is really not helpful anymore. Will-O-Wisp. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. Because let's see, what will you go into here now? He's probably going to Volt Switch out or something. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. There's Steelix, okay. I'm going to Calm Mind myself up here. Honestly, it's going to do very little damage. It does a little more because he's not offensive. Okay, so here's where I gotta play mind games a little bit. So he knows I have the Roost. I did reveal it. So my inclination is to go for a Roost, expecting either an Ice Fang or an Iron Head out of him here. Would he predict that and go with... Honestly, I guess it doesn't matter, because if I don't... So if I predict that he would EQ, my choice would either be to attack or Calm Mind, so Calm Mind would be like probably the better of the two, just to try and get our boost up. Regardless, when I kill the Steelix, either the Mimikyu's gonna come in and finish me off, or the Mega Lopunny is. So I say I go for the Roost if he does Earthquake. If he does an Earthquake, I get healthy enough where I could maybe live a hit from one of the two. If he does, I can just come in and kill anything I have left. So I'll Roost on up. We'll see if he goes for the Earthquake here. Ice Fang. Okay, so he did go for kind of a safer play there, so that's okay with me. I'll go for the Hidden Park Grass and just take him out. So I'm sitting here at roughly 59%. In comes the Mega Lopunny. I'm sure he has Fake Out. No, he doesn't. He just goes for the Rotom. I'm really curious on what the play was there. But against this Rodent, I'm gonna Roost. Because I think he has to go for. So he showed Hidden Power, Ice probably, I think, obviously based on the glass core damage. Will-O-Wisp, and I'm assuming that was a Bloom Doom Leaf Storm. So his last one was either Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. There's like a 99% chance of that. So he's probably going to go for Volt Switch here if he has it, I would think. Maybe into the Mimikyu. Otherwise, he has to go for Hidden Power Ice here. Either way, roosting up seems to be my better play. Yeah, because there's the Hidden Power Ice. I can roost on up. So that would do 30, so that would bring me down to roughly like 40 something percent. I'm just worried here. Roosting again seems like the really easy play, but I'm worried if I roost again. Wait, he goes first. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna roost again. There's the Thunderbolt. That does a lot. Right, this is as healthy as I'm gonna get, basically. So I'm gonna Air Slash again. Here comes the Mimikyu. Awesome. I think this game's a wrap because Megalopunny here should not be able to kill me. There's a fake out. I'll be sitting at 72. I don't believe he can kill me. With Last Resort. Oh my lord. So he's literally fake out Last Resort. I like it. I really like it. But yeah, he's regardless, he's done here. He's gonna kill off my Oricorio. That's fine. I'm gonna bring in Weavile here and pick up the last two kills. So I'm just gonna go for a nice Choice Banded Ice Shard on the two of them. Give him a nice GG in the chat. Always fun to play against our buddy Connor. He's one of the other mods for the league, so it's usually a fairly good match. Yeah, so like I said, I was originally thinking here, what would be easiest? I was originally thinking of doing this as a same video as this week, a recap of the previous 3 weeks, but because this one went up to 22 minutes already, I'm thinking I won't do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. So I'll probably just right after this record up a recap, and I'll try to put it up before this battle does, but depending on what will take longer to render and all that, I might put up this battle before the week 2 through 4, just for the sake of getting something up as quick as possible there. So yeah, take a look at the other one if you're seeing this one first, depending on what goes up first there. Also, I don't think I ever said thank you. I know I did on Twitter, but the goal by the beginning of this season of PSBC, because the goal was like for the end of NNDL, because that was the last league I was uploading, to get to 25 subscribers, and right now I'm sitting at 27, so that's pretty awesome. I'm really happy that at least a couple of you guys are interested or were interested in what I'm doing here. I don't know if anyone's still around considering I've been gone for so long again, but really appreciate it, and I'm hoping, like I said, I've said it in past videos too, especially in the summer now that probably have a little more free time. I'm hoping to maybe upload a couple other games other than just league battles, just to try and show you guys some other stuff I might enjoy, and maybe try and bring some friends in on it too if I can. So yeah, until next time, I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, and yeah, I'll see you guys for the next battles.